Let's go.
Welcome everybody to another D&D episode. My name's Jay.
Abraxas.
Adontron.
Desirous Gary.
Luca.
Do it right.
Hey.
Do it right.
Luca.
Luca.
Oh, that was when I was.
Why do you think I said that to you? Like,
that was when I was intoxicated. That shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened. Bro.
Don't worry, we got that as a drop anyways.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be everywhere.
I've seen him coming out of work twice this week, and every time I've been like, Luca!
Yeah, guys, this is episode 7 or 8. I don't fucking remember.
Oh, where place at? Yeah.
I don't remember, so we're gonna tag this as a question mark. Today we're gonna be down one player, but it's alright. His character has the shits. He ate a raw piece of meat. He has the shits. So we're gonna find out where this goes. DM, take it over.
All right. So where we last left off, you guys were at the shore, and you just got through fighting that pretty crazy blob mouth creature, right?
Right.
You all remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
With Traxon kind of spinning in circles. And
Yeah.
Trajan, sorry. Is that Trajan? Oh, wow. Anyways, I think where we left off, you guys had determined your tracker, who we're going to have to work out of the story just for this little bit, determined that the tracks you guys were following went right to the water. Looked like there was some sort of large smudge or something that kind of indicated that there's possibly a boat that was taken.
Yep.
And you guys had decided that you were going to head back to town to see what your options were to get across the water.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna choose to leave our friend that's not here in town. He has the shits he has to recover. So that means we're down the track. So he's gonna take point on tracking. Ha! Because I think he's the next best at tracking.
Did you double check that?
I'm asking, I'm not telling.
How are your tracking skills, sir?
I'm asking, I am not telling. Pull out your little red, your yellow notebook here, buddy, and find out.
Because I might have to come in and do something.
Do what, little guy?
New stats.
So, you guys are still at the shore right now. Are you wanting to make your way back to town?
We're gonna make our way back to the.
In the sense of making this a little bit easier so you guys don't go into battle while this non-player character is with you, we're just going to say you guys are, right outside the town and on your way back in. A what? I do, yes. We probably won't need it for this. We'll theater of the mind.
How do you know that we're good at tracking?
That would be under, yeah, there you go. So that would be probably survival or nature, depending on what you're trying to find.
I'm on +4 at survival.
I'm a +4 at survival too.
Okay.
Where do you go?
I'm +6.
Go one before that.
So I'm sure that you guys together can handle it.
My nature is +4.
Your nature is a -1, so you're not tracking. My nature is a +2.
So as you're making your way back to town,
My survival's +6.
as you're making your way back to town, you can't help but notice that there seems like there's a lot more activity, a lot more buzz. And as you're walking into town, you notice that there are a lot, and I mean maybe hundreds more people here now than there were before. Certainly seems like a lot of refugees have actually been flooding into the city, so there's a lot more people here. Kind of renovating, building up. You see that, on the northern edge of the town, people are actually putting up makeshift palisade, which is like a really small kind of wall, stakes kind of, slanted outwards. You can see that there's a lot of new buildings that are being, built up. Roofs are being redone. There's you see a section off to the south side of the town where there's a big clearing, area where it's been cleared out, and there's soldiers, lots more soldiers than you saw last time, actually being trained. They're practicing, fighting with swords, blocking with shields. Looks like a lot has happened in the few days that you guys have been gone.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna hit up the bar to see what's going on.
Don't you guys need to talk to the king about helping with the
Right. We're gonna go talk to the. But first, can we drop off homeboy that's sick
Yeah.
so we don't have to worry about him?
Yeah.
All right, so he's.
Yeah.
Which one is he? We'll take him out of there for now.
Yeah, we'll drop them off, and I think that's you. And is that you?
That is Snow.
Unless,
Yeah.
That's right. He's in town now too.
Right. So that actually picks us up back to 5 people. So I think we'll be good if Snow stays up with us. So since we dropped him off, let's go talk to the king.
well, that was quick. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna
Just,
go.
we can go down to King, or are we gonna be? We're just gonna show up at the place, or are we?
Yeah.
gonna
You
go
guys can walk. You know, you.
We don't have to actually move the pieces.
No, no, no.
Let's
I
just
like
go.
So you guys walk through town, and again, as you're walking through, you're noticing there's a lot more new faces you haven't seen before, and you're actually starting to see some different races as well. You know, you pick out a couple of dwarves that are actually in town, some elves. You see a half orc, the only one you see. You also notice that there's a couple of tiefling as well. So it looks like the diversity's actually picked up a little bit in town as well. You make your way to the main manor house, and then I guess walk inside. Is that what you guys want to do?
Let's kick down the door and walk in like bosses.
You are so rude.
I don't care.
He's a dragon.
That's what I do.
He's
I'm a dragonborn and I'm a barbarian. What other style do you want me to have?
A little subtlety would be nice.
So basically,
Screw that little guy. Kick down the door, let's do this.
Or can we not? So I step in front of you and say, "Don't act like a fool," and we knock.
I'll let this pass.
So you
All right.
listen to the woman.
So
right now she's.
When haven't you learned that's a smart idea?
it really is.
Yeah, I can't disagree.
Given your
I've been
present
alone.
situation, the sooner you learn that, the better.
I've been alone for a long
I
time.
love how
sir.
things work out in our favor.
So we're gonna
And I have
knock.
+2 intimidation, so.
Yeah.
I have a +5.
Roll for
Your
persuasion.
intimidation
I
doesn't
have
work.
a women intuition or
So-
women
Just
whatever.
one card.
Exactly.
I'm gonna let it ride because she's a woman, but
Exactly.
your intimidation doesn't do anything to me.
Well, I mean, if we were to have it roll,
Roll for it. I don't
what are you
care.
trying to intimidate?
He's trying to intimidate
I'm not
me.
trying to. I'm a woman. I get what I want.
That doesn't work.
That would be persuasion, and we'll see. Depending on what you want to
I
get.
do have persuasion.
Yeah.
I have +4 persuasion.
So what are you trying to get?
His way. I'm knocking instead of me kicking down the door.
Absolutely roll persuasion. So you roll a d20, and then you add your persuasion modifier to the roll.
3.
The chip thing was in. Sounds like 4.
Alright.
Can we move it?
Yeah.
You barbarian.
Here. Put it behind you.
13
Plus.
+4.
17.
17.
Okay, what's your wisdom?
+2, but the modifier is 14.
So I mean, I would say that's probably successful, right?
I said it from the beginning. Let it pass.
Okay.
But he
Just
wanted
let
to
it
keep
go.
going.
Let it go.
All right.
Point.
So you politely open the door
Exactly. After I slap his leg down.
and walk in, and
I
you
never raised
see.
my leg. That's too much action.
You said
And you see Lord Brightwood bent over a table with many people leaning over a table.
I want to say D&D.
Oh my god. Okay, I like where this
What's
is
the D
going.
stand for?
Oh boy. Why the king
Okay.
is out, the king will
So,
play.
wrong choice.
Oh,
So he's leaning ever so lightly over the table, and he's got actually a lot of people with him. People that again, new faces, people you didn't see last time, and it looks like they're kind of planning and strategizing. And there's a map laid out of the current layout of the town where they're at right now. It looks like they're planning.
King, we gotta talk.
Oh, yes, give me just a moment. I'm gonna finish up real quick. I'll be right with you.
We
Can
gotta
you
talk.
use your intimidation to figure out what's going on?
Yeah, why not?
We
Well-
did not rest before we got here,
Yeah.
No,
right? No, we did not rest.
I know we agreed
I thought we
that
did.
was
I thought the
yeah,
pause was
we
a
agreed
rest.
that
It was a
was
long
our
rest.
rest.
Nope. All right, fine.
you guys didn't camp out.
We teleported
When
back
we
to town.
when we take breaks in playing the game is not it does not equal a long rest each
You
time.
know what, DM? We're gonna let that slide.
I cannot wait to meet you.
Anyway,
King, so what's going on?
All right, so okay, so he walks over to you guys. How can I help?
The deal we made, I need one more thing from you. We need a boat. A ship. Any kind of ship to carry us to the island that we need to go to.
I don't think we have any available. However, I'm sure you can see we're actually expanding quite a bit. We've had a lot of tradesmen start setting up shop. There probably is a carpenter or something that would be able to help with that in town.
Wonderful. Can you send one of your men to try it out?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Gerald, over here.
You've been waiting to use Gerald.
I need you to run through town and see if there's any carpenters available. We need a boat.
Yes, sir, right away.
Oh, thanks. All right.
In the meantime,
Does our deal still hold?
The deal being,
about the goblins.
yeah, once the goblins and the source of the goblins are taken care of, absolutely, yes. I don't know. I mean, I'm still in preparation and kind of expanding town. Right now would not be a good time to kind of change hands, but
I'm not.
once
I'm saying
everything's
when the
clear,
job is done.
yeah,
That-
absolutely.
Well, I imagine it's because he sees you're expanding the town. So he's. We're just wondering what's causing the change in the town to cause it to suddenly grow.
Many people just kind of flooding, and we can't really stop them. There's not too many safe havens in this world anymore. We've noticed that the more people we have around, the easier it is to kind of maintain that safety. I'm sure you've seen, we've actually been training new soldiers as well. We're trying to make sure that we're doing our best to defend everyone.
And when we do finally change hands, all the soldiers come with me, right?
You would be in charge of the town and then the militia, yes.
Good. Let us know when the boat's ready.
Well, I sent a man
Make
to find
it
a
happen.
carpenter for you.
Make it happen.
So
Are those threats?
No. Just saying, make it happen.
certainly sound like
The
it.
carpenter can make it happen.
But you're the king. You
I'm not a king. I think I was clear about that last time we spoke.
You're the ruler of the town. Are you or are you not?
Yes, that's different than a king.
So you can make this happen.
I can find a carpenter for you.
as my
I think
compatriots
I'm done
trying,
talking.
as my compatriots trying to say, I believe he's just trying to see, since you have Gerald looking for it, for the carpenter, just have him seek us out, so that way we can be more efficient.
Yes, of
on
course.
aiding
Touche.
the
Where will you
town.
be? So that way when Gerald returns, I
We'll
can
be
let
at
him
the
know.
bar.
We're gonna be at the village inn.
Perfect.
And we're gonna recuperate ourselves and restock.
When Gerald returns, I'll let him know.
Wonderful.
You really mean drink and eat?
I do.
My
Plus,
man.
we gotta meet our friends, see what if they got any supplies and items ready.
I
for
thought
the
that
trip.
was Snow that did that.
Frosty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna check
He's
in
with us.
Oh, he is. He's so quiet, man.
You just never know when he's around.
Well, actually, he's not with you. You would
There you
say,
go. See.
you were the first one to say that this isn't where they are.
Which is why I wanted to draw
So
some
we need to meet up with our friend,
stuff.
and then we can get any intel from them and see if they got any.
We'll meet him at the bar.
Yep. So thank you so very
Wanna
much
go
for
get
your
drunk?
hospitality.
I do.
Let's
when
do
Gerald's
it.
ready, we'll meet you there.
do.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Roller. Let's see you later. Be breezy.
And he, with that, quickly turns right around and then goes back to conferring with the other people at the
Hey.
table.
Can you
I
still hear them?
still think we need to like.
Can I still
They're
hear them?
obviously planning something.
That's why I'm asking him if he can still hear them. Can you, one of you spy on them?
Anybody have like a stealth or?
I'm big. I'm brute. I can't do it.
That can be stealthy.
So, to be clear, you guys have walked out and you're going to have someone try to sneak back in?
No,
We
We're
still
still
have
inside.
time left.
we haven't left the building.
Okay.
yet.
We're getting ready to leave. And
As you
start-
turn around, we turn around, but we hug.
Okay. So you're just trying to listen in on the conversation?
Yes.
Oh, well, there's no need to roll or anything.
No, but I'm
Okay.
wondering if it's a smart idea to leave one of them behind to eavesdrop and spy.
Well, I can help out with that a little bit. As you guys are huddled there, you overhear the conversation. Oh,
Natural 20.
Nope, it's 13.
13. Lucky number. Thank you. You overhear that they're actually talking legitimately about, maybe putting this building over here, maybe kind of clearing a little bit more land to the north. It sounds like they're actually making plans on expansion for the town.
I still don't trust them.
You don't trust anybody.
Right.
You don't have to trust them.
Okay, so nothing suspicious.
Alright,
For now. So,
I'm a
let's
plus
go
one
back.
at stealth.
I'm a +4, so I can still.
The quietest thing about you are your nails.
Exactly.
Oh, your nails?
And they click.
Like literally my D&D when we're trying to roll for stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go get some drinks, gentlemen. Alright, and I use that term very lightly. Not
We don't
because
want-
there's a lady.
We don't want
First of all-
to come out.
First of all,
Yes, you do.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
they
you're
do.
speaking for us. Guys, you want to go get, and ladies, do you want to go get drinks?
No, I'm fine.
I will be down to go. I will not be drinking though.
First round's on me.
No. These are lies.
I'll take a drink.
You pay for your
Father trucker.
What?
What? This is not a PG-rated D&D session.
You are really
It's
really
very-
I'm
If we just walk on in and the king and he was giving his freak on.
Almost at the table.
Alright, so
We're
Alright.
ready to go
Alright,
outside.
so we're back in the inn.
we're back
Okay,
again.
so you guys, as soon as you walk in, again, it's a lot more crowded than it was before. There's a lot of people here. Over in the corner, you see the bard that joined you last time, Snow. He stands up, holding a drink. Friends! Oh, I'm so glad to see you! Oh, I've had the most wonderful time. What took you so long?
Oh, after you left, we got attacked.
Just a little friendly battle.
Oh, my lord.
You missed all the fun stuff. Why,
Was
you-
anyone seriously injured?
Yeah, one of our friends got the shits.
Oh,
I took a couple hits.
I feel horrible.
I didn't.
Please, let me buy a round for everyone.
Best thing you said all night.
I don't drink.
Barkeep! One more round for everyone.
Oh, you
One
got
more
money.
round for everyone. Oh, he's buying round. Where's he getting this money from to bet on these rounds?
It's best not to question.
No. So what have you been up to?
Humans are humans.
I've been drinking the days away.
Seriously.
Waiting to see my friends again.
Did you get any information? Like you said you were gonna go do?
I did, and I didn't.
Trifling, hold him
Well,
down.
what does that mean exactly?
Hold him down.
So, when you say
Does I give him a piercing glare? What does that mean
What
exactly?
are you?
I'm an elf, and I went upstairs.
You're upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take a rest real quick.
I think we have the rest of the group.
No, we don't.
So, I've learned
That you can't hold your liquor.
there are a lot of monsters where we're going.
So that explains the happy time.
Are you afraid that
Will must have fun before we die.
Are you afraid that we're
I
gonna
disagree.
die?
Oh, there's a strong possibility, yes. But there's the potential for good treasure as well. The whole reason that we wanted to do this, if you remember. So,
I'm down for the treasure. I know you're down for the knowledge.
absolutely, yes.
Can you not get drunk on this trip?
I do probably need to sober up a bit.
A little bit. And I need to get more drunk.
One more round,
Good man.
and then I'm going upstairs.
for a sip of courage.
Take a little short rest here.
Oh, so while we're at this drink, you mentioned there's a lot more monsters that we're going to be having. Do you have?
There are two small people talking to me right now.
That's how I feel every time I see you.
You see two?
Yeah, you're so small. I see doubles. I
My
count your
lord,
shadow.
hang on.
You might get to get your vision checked.
I count your shadow as one.
Yes, I'm sorry, friend.
Don't be sorry.
So,
That was funny.
how did you come across this information?
Asking around town, and a lot of people actually kind of come through and
Do you know if there's a carpenter in town?
I think there is, yes. I actually had the man craft me some arrows. But he seems to be having a little bit of trouble doing something.
Boat.
He probably could make a boat, I suppose, yes.
Where is this guy?
He's in town somewhere.
I'm gonna go look for this guy.
Wait. Okay.
I want to just hold him down and cut his head off, but
I kind of want to
you
just
sound
like
like
slam his head against the table and be like,
so, bro.
exactly.
If you go out the door, make a left 100 paces on your right.
You know what? I'm gonna Google map that. So I'm gonna go up 100 minutes.
Is that a spell? What is that?
You'll figure it out when you wake up.
How about this? We know Shibilia,
Who?
the mother that we helped her with her kids.
You mean the one that dragged her dead body around?
But the other one lived.
We still drove around her other daughter.
Yes, we did. But in order
How about
to
we
do
do
the
this?
proper funeral, we can ask her.
You
See
go
if
talk to her, and I'll go find the carpenter.
I can seek her out. Yeah.
I'm gonna go find the carpenter.
Okay, so can we split into two groups?
We can, yes.
I'm still upstairs.
You're just resting?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like three groups.
So there's only
Would you like to
two-
come? Would you like to
There's
come
not
with
really
me or
groups.
stick with
Everybody
him?
just
What are
goes
you
their own
going to be
separate
doing here
ways.
this time?
What do you want to do?
We can do this, I'll just have to do it in turns.
Right now, someone is looking for a boat, and I am resting because I love teleporting.
So I'm a little more curious of why there's so many refugees. I understand we're expanding, but I still would like to know what exactly the
Well, I'm
increase
gonna
is.
seek a person that lives there, and she's also.
So we do this.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going
she's
to
the,
go.
the sister, the husband
Nah.
of the sister.
This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go have fun with the mother. Ask your question. Go find out why there's so many people here.
Yes, I'm going to strike up some conversations with.
He'll flaunt his boobies. He'll get the information.
With my power of persuasion.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go find the carpenter to see how long it's gonna take him to build this boat.
Okay, and you're going to be... He's going to find... He's going to go speak to the carpenter.
Yes.
He's going to go speak to... And her name's Mara.
He's gonna
I'm going to
talk
venture out and talk to the people
Mom's name.
Okay.
out around town.
Alright,
Sister's.
so we'll go clockwise. We'll
Strike
start
up some
with...
conversation.
Actually,
I don't know who Shibilia is.
yeah, let's start with him.
I don't know where you got that name.
Alright, so...
My conversation.
I was drinking at night.
Huh?
I don't know where I got Shibilia from.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that from either. I actually I pulled my nose. What do I do?
Wait.
No, I gave her
Hold
the
on.
name Mara.
Hold on. Is that the
Wait,
red mixing?
who's the captain? Captain was
Captain Egan.
Egan. Yeah, and so
Yeah, where is Egan?
he's like the he's like the sister's husband,
Wait.
right? Like Mara, or something like that. He's like related to Mara in some
No,
way.
you've been there.
So,
for
no, he's not.
I don't know who else.
Fading the strokes.
Sylvia
Sylvia, there you go.
I think there's
is
more cheese over
one
there.
of the girls who works at the
What's your
lily
dog
pad.
in there?
That's who I was thinking of because she's related to Egan, right?
Yes.
That's who I was thinking of.
The Captain Egan is her brother-in-law.
Okay, and Sylvia is the one I was thinking of because hey, we'll do better to get information from someone that works at the block.
Okay, so you're gonna.
I never
I
said
should
not
say
to do
Sylvia.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never said not to do that. I just don't care why you made up the name and why are you asking about the name. Just go talk to her.
All right, I'm going to talk to Sylvia.
Okay, so she's actually pretty busy running around the bar right now. lily pad and the inn itself, just trying to keep people's mugs filled, and she's gotten a lot busier since Snow decided to buy another round for everyone as well. So she
can I drink my round before I go?
absolutely.
You can do whatever you want, sir.
So you approach her.
I'm gonna drink his too.
Sylvia, so lovely to see you right now.
Oh, yes, thank you. How can I help?
I know this is a trying time, and
I know. 1 second, sir. Yes, I'm sorry.
He wants to pay you for sex.
ignore that. But what I was gonna say is, as you
You
know,
want
me
that
and my
first
compatriots are here to
Yes,
help your
I know,
your
yes.
village. When you have time, if you have overheard any knowledge of anything that's going on
You're paying
within
your
the village,
money.
especially of the main changes that's happening, please
What
feel free
changes
to.
are you talking about?
You have people.
I
coming-
said a minute.
You have people coming into your village, and there's new knowledge coming in.
She's serving people.
So
Just stop her in the middle
if
of
you
the
hear of any rumors or any
Oh, you got big at a
fluctuations
way to get her job.
of interest, basically, anything that could help us protect you and your village as well.
I'll definitely keep my ears open. Get out now!
Want me to
Fucking
come up for
asshole.
you?
What's that
What
gentleman
now?
over there?
Yes, I'll tell you. Did you need a drink?
I will take a drink as well.
Okay, then here's your drink and go.
All right. Just remember, I'll have an extra tip for you in the future for this.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
I'll get on that for you right away.
That's right.
The tip of
It's not that
Okay, so we're gonna pause there.
Try my bro.
And you can actually see as she's circulating and bringing people, she is actually having quick conversations with them. You see a few rough-looking men who are sitting at a table that she starts speaking to, and she's actually seems like they're having a bit more of a conversation than she has with most other people. So she'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay.
We're gonna go over to our. Oh, okay. So you.
Clockwise.
Oh yeah, that's counterclockwise.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
that's fine. We'll do you last. That makes sense anyways. So you wanted to figure out what was going on. So how do you want to do that?
So we're gonna step outside of the bar,
Okay.
and I spot the group of elves that we spotted earlier, and make my way towards them.
Okay. They're just kind of having a general conversation, talking about what's the best way to defend a town, where they can fit in best. Nothing different seems, as far as their conversation is concerned. Nothing stands out to you. What do you want to do?
So I want to ask them, are they new to town?
Ask them. Don't tell him what you're doing.
Well,
Just
you can.
Don't tell me what to do. Russ.
Why are you listening to
So-
Sleeping Beauty over there?
So, are you new to town?
Yeah, we've all actually just recently arrived. I'd say within the last day. About a day, yeah. About a day.
So it's
Okay.
these is
If you don't mind me asking, what brought you here?
pennies.
Ordered stuff. Well, honestly, it's one of the few places around where people are gathered that are safe. Truth be told, if you're out there on your own, I mean, you probably are very good at defending yourself, but we aren't. So it's a lot safer to kind of be grouped up with other
Popping
people.
weed, bitch.
Have you heard any recent stories of anything going on outside of the walls?
You mean the one wall that they've started?
Yes, the one wall
I
outside of
think-
the area
I
that's
think it'll
outside
come
of the
along.
town.
I think it'll come along. Well, my friend here has worked with wood before. He said that they're at least on the right track.
Kind of wood has to play with.
But now that you mention it, we were actually we overheard someone earlier talking about this, some sort of disturbance or something in the North Wood. I don't really have a lot of detail, but some loggers were out there, trying to, bring in some more lumber to town, and they keep running into trouble. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
The
you
carpenter
said-
might know what's going on though.
Okay. Have you seen the carpenter? You know where he might be?
No. My friend here has spoken to him, and then the other guy who was kind of being a little quiet at that point, he looks up at you and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't see the point, but yeah, you probably could help." But
I'm a carpenter.
I think it's kind of fucked up that he's begging for extra work and extra helpers and doesn't want to sign somebody on who's like really good at what, you know, woodworking or whatever.
Keep him in pay attention to him. He's gonna come in handy.
Are we done? Can we go get something to eat? He says to his other friends.
Have I left yet?
Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute.
No, have I left the bar yet?
When it's your turn.
We're still on my story.
Yeah.
Still on his turn.
It's not a story arc.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
looking for the carpenter. Why don't I just drag his ass?
Because-
Make the carpenter hire his ass.
Yeah, but we're on my story.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not with
You're not part of the
You're not with her.
conversation.
You're not with her.
I understand what you're saying.
No,
You're
so
somewhere
to
else.
answer your question, no, you're still in the bar.
The game finally loaded.
Okay.
Remember the rules.
So they look a little
How
empty
about-
now, and they do look like they're kind of ready to go.
How about your next meal on me and you explain to me a little more of what's going on with the
I'm
carpenter?
just opening it.
Okay, so the gruff guy kind of looks at you a little bit, and he's like, "Well, you could, no, he's kind of tired right now. Yeah. I mean, he's been very busy. He's been, working on trying to help, create the stakes and stuff for the Palisade, and he's been having someone out and running around town asking for extra help. Anyone who's like good at woodcraft, and I went there and I made a simple bow. He apparently didn't meet his standards, and he kicked me out. He had 13 other people there, and he was still asking for help.
Well, how do you think about building a boat? Do you think you can build a boat?
I've never built a boat before. I could try, but I think part of the problem that he's having is he's running out of material. He's having trouble getting more lumber into town. Truth be told, now that I think about it, I think that was his main concern. He didn't seem too disappointed in my work. He seemed more like stressed out than anything else. I hope that helps.
It does.
Answers your questions.
It does.
If you plan on going to talk to him, please put in a good word for me.
And what is your name again?
Indrian. My name is Indrian.
Hello, Indrian. I appreciate it. Indrian.
Thank you.
I'm thinking of Adrian. Don't worry about it.
Now, about that meal.
Absolutely. Let's go to the bar.
Okay. So, you guys walk back in.
Meal plus 2. I know you-
As you're walking in, Zordal's walking out.
Mm-hmm.
Off to see carpenter.
They're gonna ask me anything about the information I just saw.
Huh?
No, it's just dumb bar again.
That's up to you guys. Well, I guess up to him.
That's what I'm saying, it's up to him.
Hey, did you find out anything?
I did. I found out a little bit from my friends right here that they're having some trouble getting material from the northern woods. There's some disturbance going on in that area, so
Some disturbance in the forest.
a little bit. I'm still gathering a little more information of what the actual disturbance is, but this gentleman right here is actually somewhat decent somewhat good with his hands.
Mm-hmm. When you find out how good he is with his hands, you'll never know. You dirty witch. And I don't know it.
So, anywho,
It's so different.
so it could be worth looking into something going on in the northern woods.
Alright, so thanks for the info. I'm gonna go talk to the carpenter, see what he says. See if anything holds up from what your homeboy's been telling you. Nasty. I'm gonna go talk to the carpenter.
Okay. So you walk up, and then even though Snow was blitzed out of his mind, he actually gave you pretty accurate directions to the hut or shack that's kind of been set up for
And Snow can hold his liquor and tell some good advice.
carpentry. So as soon as you walk up, the very first thing you notice is this figure who's kind of directing other people around, who is wearing the most bright, vibrant colors, for his jacket, his shirt, different pinks and purples and blues and greens, just every color you can imagine. It looks like he spent a lot of money having these clothes tailored to him, but has no sense of fashion whatsoever.
Okay.
He's also cussing quite a bit at his workers. Get that fucking thing over there and put that fucking thing down.
My type of people.
You walk up.
Carpenter.
Yeah?
How you doing?
I'm fucking jolly.
Well,
What can I do for you?
I have a little girl well, not a little girl, grown-ass woman back in the bar that can get your jollies off.
Oh, Sylvia. Yes.
Not her, but good to know. Did somebody from the castle come by talking about a boat?
Oh yeah, this stupid ugly fucker came running in asking me about.
That fucker, that guy.
Yeah, Jerry, Jurger, what
I just call him Jerk Off.
Whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah, he came in asking if a boat would be possible, and I suppose it would, except I don't have any fucking material.
Okay, what do you need?
Well, the problem is we've had a lot of loggers go into the woods to chop and kind of clean it up and bring it back so we can start processing, and unfortunately they keep getting attacked.
Okay, how long would it take you if I could get you the materials to build a boat?
How many people do you need to fit?
About 7.
7.
7 or 8.
Could probably have it made in a couple of days.
A couple of days.
Yeah, something sturdy. Yeah.
Okay, gather how many men you need to cut the wood that you are gonna need, and I have a group that will protect your guys.
That's part of the problem. No one's even going back out there until the issue's taken care of.
I got a couple guys that will protect your guys. They will be safe, completely safe. You have my word.
Don't we just go get the wood ourselves?
I don't feel like chopping. I'd rather chop someone than chop wood.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not going that same night. I'm going back to get y'all.
You're gonna sleep first?
That's gonna be in the morning, most likely.
that might
That's a short
work.
rest.
That might work.
What about
Got 3 or
the
4.
crack of dawn? Right when the morning
Yeah.
sun's coming up,
We can do that.
we can do that. Come back to the bar. Oh yeah, I got a guy that can help you. Yeah, I guess he worked for you at one point, made a bow, you didn't like it, he quit, or you fired him. One or the other. Adrian.
Oh, that bitchy elf motherfucker.
That guy. Yeah, he needs to work
I was
on
in
the
a
boat.
bad mood. Fucking send him back.
All right, glad to hear that. We'll be back in the morning, my group, to help you guys. Well, protect you guys. If you want, come back with me to the bar. I'll buy you around.
I wish I could, but I'm busy
work.
bossing these fuckers around.
Yeah, you let one of them get stomped by a piece of wood. They'll be fine. Drink and Sylvia?
You can talk to Sylvia for me.
I got you.
All right, let's go.
Cool. My type of people. See, I get them up.
Okay, now
I get them a
you
blow,
were
he gets
literally
a blow.
just resting the whole time. Were there any new abilities that you needed to focus on from
Did you have
leveling
a
up?
lucid dream? Did you have a fun dream? Did you have a happy
Were you
day?
just meditating?
I was just meditating.
Taking your moments of zen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hurry
My
up
mom
because
does
we
only
need to
takes
talk.
4 hours, so while they're
Alright,
sleeping, I'm
so
gonna-
are you still just meditating and sleeping?
Okay, I'm going back up to the room to talk to Elfie. If y'all want to follow me.
Tration.
You don't want to talk to me first?
He's also
That's we're all gonna talk in the room.
well,
Yeah,
no,
but
he's
I'm
chilling.
I'm at the
She's
bar
chilling with the other
with the
elves.
other elves.
He's chilling at a bar with the other elves.
All right,
It
you're
is-
trying to find out how.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right. I'm gonna go talk to him back at the bar when I bring the carpenter.
Okay.
Oh well, tell your buddy he got his job back,
Okay.
and we gotta go upstairs. We gotta talk. We got a job tomorrow.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to him.
Just him? Okay.
And I'll get to you in a minute.
Now, the gruff guy who made the bow and got kicked out, overheard a little bit of the conversation, and he looks like he has something to say.
So, okay.
You got something to say?
So I have some good news. I was able to,
You?
well, with my partner and I,
There you go.
and strictly platonic,
You can say what you want.
I was
You
able,
lift my bums.
we were able to talk to the carpenter, and he's willing to hire you.
He is?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. I need to work too. Wait. Did he tell you exactly what's going on and why people are scared to go into the woods?
He did not. Can you elaborate though?
Take all the information we can get.
You didn't hear this from me. Please understand. I'm telling you this in confidence as a favor. I think it's the least I can do is give you some help. I'd be willing to bet dinner that
Oh, he's buying you dinner now.
the loggers are not going to go back. There's some sort of giant something that keeps roaming around and randomly attacking. It may be best to try and equalize it, for lack of a better term, and then escort people out there. I again, truly would be surprised if anyone went unless it was taken care of. I wish I could tell you what it is. All I know is that it's very large. It's very angry and it's very random.
That's what my friend is hoping that you are. Very large.
That's the most I can say.
I appreciate the information. Me and actually a group of fellow partners or other partners that I do have are actually planning a trip to go out there to investigate and see what that strange creature is all about.
We're actually going over there to protect them. We're not investigating shit. They're doing their job, working to be sure they come back alive.
To take care of the actual creature that's causing the disturbance, so that way you guys can still get the wood. Do you think you can speak to the other loggers and accompany my team with the other loggers, and we will protect you?
Yeah, think about it. That's smart.
I'll do my best. It's the least I could do. That's the least I could do for the kindness you've shown, yes. I'll speak to them first thing in the morning.
I bet she did show
I appreciate it.
you. Damn nasty.
And with that, he goes back to just tearing up the
I bet he did tear it up.
eating and drinking his fill.
You little nasty.
At this point, you guys are still kind of wrapping up the conversation, and you see Snow quickly stand up from the corner he was in, shake his head, and then kind of stumble over to the stairs, and then walk his way up into the room.
Alright, so, are we down to follow him? Since weird business is
No.
done?
Yeah, we're going upstairs.
Or do you have anything else to say to the...
Nah, let's just grab the little guy and go upstairs.
I still waiting to see if Sylvia has any intel.
Sylvia don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's right. So Sylvia,
Because I've been observing the entire time as she was
Yeah.
communicating with other people, and I did see that she was talking to some gentlemen.
Yes.
Well,
so she comes back over to you since things have died down a little bit. She's got a little bit of free time, and she sits down right next to you and kind of leans in, and she's not facing you, but she's clearly talking to you. It's almost like she doesn't want anyone to know that she's talking to you about anything important.
Even they're afraid to talk to you.
So as she sits down, she's like, okay, so the rough guys I was talking to, turns out that they're hunters, and there's some sort of crazy giant monster roaming around, and there is a bounty on it. It is not something that was immediately advertised, but I hear that it's worth 100 gold. And
100 gold is equivalent to 100.
a few people have already tried taking me down and have died.
Does anybody they die?
Well, one guy looked like he was bent in half. Looked like there were bite marks on the upper part of his torso.
So he was bent in half and bit?
Bitten in half.
So he was probably bitten in one clean bite.
Yes, that's what I hear. Again, you didn't hear this from me, but whoever gets it first gets the gold. And with that, she stands up and walks away and continues part of the serving drinks.
Alright, so I like that. I'm gonna close out my tab and leave her a hefty tip.
How much?
What's my tab?
We'll say the tab. You were there for what, a couple hours maybe?
Yeah.
We'll say 10 silver.
10 silver?
Do you even have 10 silver?
He does, I do actually. Was it 5 silvers? You good? I don't know what's the tipping structure of this world. For information. You're another 10 silver on top of that?
Is there not another
20
tip
silver?
that you can provide
No, apparently.
that's worth more than the silver?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I could give her the other tip, but she doesn't come.
Is it worth
I
it
mean,
though?
her daughter just died. Why don't you
Is it
get her a
worth
piece of
it?
gold?
No, that was the other one.
Is it worth it?
Well, then give her some copper.
You have 5 gold, 50 silver, and 100 copper.
Great.
So yeah, so if I do 10 silver, and if I do another 10, it's like just no. I would say give her like 15, right? No, that kind of information, 10 silver additional. It's like 20 silver.
Okay.
Because I promised
you
her
got
a
the gift
good
that
tip.
keeps on giving. Why would
Okay.
you give her gold?
So the tab was 10,
Gold is equivalent to $1.
and then you're tipping her 10, so that's going to leave
Because
you
we're saying I was drinking good,
Yeah,
right?
so that's going to leave you 30. Alright.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's up to you. I don't give
It's
tips.
your money. I'm not wasting money.
I'm
Well,
biased.
anyways, so we retire back to the room.
All the
and-
drinks I drank were on the house.
So are we
Homework
taking a
favor.
short? Are we taking a short
But
rest?
you know, if you tip her more,
We're
she
going
will remember you.
upstairs.
Okay.
BTW,
I'm gonna go upstairs.
BTW,
too.
if you tip her more, she will
If
remember
I'm carrying you
you and
upstairs,
help you
you
out
get
in the
one of
future
each.
even more.
So,
Double my tip.
as you guys walk in,
Make it a total of 30. I put
okay.
down. I hate you.
I'm just saying,
You hate him because
I tip bartenders in real life, so you tip really good.
Yeah.
They remember you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I tip.
So now I'm down to 20.
I always tip actually.
Exactly.
I just get
They will
more.
remember
Yeah.
you.
Listen,
I can't tell you, if you go
I
back
don't
to the
tip
same
when
place,
they
they'll
do
slide
shit.
you an extra drink or give you an extra shot
I
because
just-
they remember you.
Yeah.
I just give her my whole wallet, and then I just go buy a new one.
Anyways,
Okay, now, if
all right. So now that we're all in the same room,
So you guys walk in, and I'm assuming
Just
you're
know
what,
those-
sitting on a bed on the
On the
floor meditating.
are you floating
And as you do that, you notice that Snow is in the corner, kind of holding his head
he's feeling
and
it.
just moaning like, "Oh my god."
we need you to figure out what's going on with that.
Oh no, I'm not the druid. That's you.
We did our due diligence.
No, you're
What
right.
is your word?
Can somebody heal him
I'll
so
be
he's
fine. I'll be fine. I
Can
just need some time.
Right, see, it's hungover.
Can you heal hangovers?
Can I heal? I can actually heal hangovers.
Can I heal him with a punch?
No.
Wait, are we upstairs now? Am I upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're upstairs.
Everyone's
So I want to heal your hangover.
so we can focus.
I have a medicine.
We'll just say that you
It's
have
hangover.
Give him
some,
the equivalent of I
Hangover.
you have some knowledge of herbs, and you maybe have a few in your pouch that actually help. And although it's not an immediate fix, his stomach is still a little rolling. Part of his headache has already started to melt away, and he's feeling a little bit better.
I like it.
Thank you very much. Oh my gosh.
All right, so now that you're with us,
Yes.
what have you found out?
Well, the Citadel actually has a name. It's a Citadel of Frost is what it's called. Which I thought was a kind of a weird name too. But that's what there's a few people in town who've actually, by the way of coming here, passed by it and they saw some things moving on the island. I don't know how, because when I looked at it, it looked like it was completely surrounded by fog, but you can't let something like that go without mentioning it.
Cool. So tomorrow morning we have a job.
What's
Yeah,
the job?
that's the job.
We're gonna protect these people while they're cutting trees to build our boat.
And if they die.
That's our job, not to let them die.
But if they die.
Basically, no both.
Let them.
So, on that note, it might be not only dangerous but lucrative for us. There's a monster in those woods, and there's
That has a
What have
bounty.
you learned about the monster?
it does have a bounty actually.
That's what he learned.
Okay.
Him.
Alright.
I mean, her.
I've been up here this
Yeah.
whole time resting to make sure that I can. What I'm actually gonna do is while y'all are sleeping, I'm going to investigate the town and see if I can find out some secrets because there are way too many people here and I don't trust it.
Well, if
You don't trust
anything,
anybody. That's your nature.
the one thing I would say, there's a lot
Trust
of
you guys.
hunters in town. You're looking for this monster because it's 100 gold.
How many hunters?
I easily in the bar I saw at least I want to say like a dozen maybe.
I would say you probably saw like maybe like 8, anywhere between 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
You might do 5 to 10 if you don't hurry up.
What else did you learn about the monster?
the monster is large enough to bite a man in half in one bite.
What color is it?
I heard what no, you heard the color, right? Did you?
No, I was too busy
I
talking
heard-
to the carpenter at the bar.
I thought I heard
Just
it.
trying
I
to
thought
get
I heard it was
Sylvia.
like a red monster.
It was a reddish monster with large teeth.
Yes.
It's in the forest.
Sounds
That
like something
it's
they-
been attacking all the loggers,
Yeah.
and the people that have tried to hunt it already there's already been casualties.
Okay, so it's in the
very
forest.
large.
It's a very large monster. It's red. It's in the forest. It has a ton of teeth, but it won't leave the forest.
Yes,
Does anyone know why it won't leave the forest?
we haven't gotten any intel on that.
Okay.
So you think it's better if we go by ourselves first?
We should probably investigate. If it's something that doesn't want to leave the forest, then there may be something out here that's stopping it.
If anything, I think like some of us are still injured. So
How do
we
we
need
know
to
that it's
recoup
not
some,
protected?
We're gonna recoup tonight while we rest.
How do you
Oh,
guys?
thank God. I thought you guys
This
were
is
going to
you
try to
should,
go
you
I was
should
not
never
ready
had
for
them
that.
10 shots before we got here.
Does anyone know if it's trying to protect anything?
It could be.
Do we just assume?
there hasn't been any
We're just-
discussion about like it's doing anything other than attacking in the forest. So it could be trying to protect something in the territory of the forest,
Who did you?
but we haven't heard anything.
I'm just looking at the end game of getting the lumber so
No,
we
that's
can build our
perfectly
boat.
fine. The problem is though, is that if we go trekking on territory that isn't ours, it could be more aggressive than it needs to be. Who gave you the intel?
I got my intel from Sylvia, who's been communicating with the hunters that are actually in town for the bounty.
Her house is across the tavern, right?
They actually live, as most small towns do, the family that runs the inn actually stays in
in there.
rooms.
Okay. So they're here. Where else did you get the intel?
She got the intel from the
I also got intel from-
other carpenter.
Fellow carpenter, not a fellow carpenter, but a carpenter that overheard from some loggers.
So the carpenter heard it from some loggers, and Sylvia that's here. Anyone else?
That's where they heard it from. We're getting it off of them too.
Okay.
If it makes
How much
sense.
is the bounty?
100 gold.
What is homeboy's name?
For 8.
The one that I just healed.
Oh, Snow.
Snow. Technically it's
No.
Watkins Day Snow, but he's
We just called you Snow.
No. You've been here in the town the whole time. What information can you add since now you finally can think clearly?
Well, he just told us that.
He's
You're
actually
talking about the
right
monster.
away.
So we're talking about the monster in the forest, Frosty over there. You're talking about the monster on the islands, which we're not rushing to right now.
Well, he knows.
Yes.
about
Oh
it.
no. Yes, I know. Oh, hang on.
Heg's coming back.
Oh, that really does help. Thank you. Yes. So, a couple of days ago, it seems like Lord Ander, the carpenter, and a few people are trying to keep this information on the lower levels, so as not to frighten people. But the loggers actually have not gone back out to the woods for at least a couple of days. That's information that they've been hiding, and I've noticed. I may have a few drinks, yes, but I pay attention to what's going on.
Few.
Maybe
When did people stop coming back?
they've stopped going into the woods to gather lumber for at least 2 days.
2 days ago.
So that's important to know. Lord Ander knew about this monster when we asked about changes that were happening in the village.
How long have they been working on their expansion project?
Oh man, let's see. I got here just a few days before you. I'd say maybe the better part of a week. It's just been explosive growth.
Okay. So explosive growth. Have they renovated anywhere towards the forest?
The town's just kind of been spreading outward in all
Spreading
directions.
out.
Yes.
Okay.
This is all good intel. Let's revisit it in the morning after we all get some sleep.
He wants to rest.
Y'all are resting. While y'all are resting, I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay.
Got enough.
Make sure you take your characters and do a long rest for them. It should replenish everything you have.
Okay.
Well, so a long rest is 8 hours, and I've already
Yeah.
I've done.
Okay.
But you're gonna be
Right.
researching while we're.
I'm researching,
Rest.
so I'm gonna
With
do
that
a-
note, we're gonna call this episode to an end. We'll pick it back up another time. It's been real, Jay.
Luca.
Abraxas.
Adontron.
Osiris Gaming.
Take it easy.
Let's go.